Okay, so I got the right ad account. So always make sure you get the right ad account, and that's one of the reasons that you've got to have your naming conventions actually proper from the very beginning. Now, for example, over here, I am totally confused about what all these campaigns are doing. I have no idea. And if I was to come into this account, I'd be very, very confused, not knowing where to end and start from. So one of the things that you want to do here is start creating a campaign specifically for awareness of the brand. Okay, so I have campaigns, I've got assets, and I've got ads. We discussed this in a previous lesson, what all this means. So all you're doing here today is just showing you how to create them and actually walk you through the whole process. Okay, so what I'll do now is just create a campaign, and this is the first video that you want to add for our account. So the first ads that you really want to set up are just the brand awareness campaigns. Okay, so I'm going to name this, and I'm going to call this top of the funnel, and then so TOFU, or you can name them anything that you want to do. You can call it convert A or C1 or C1, or you can actually call it something like T1. So depends on how you want to name them. So I'm going to name this as TOFU, and actually for the sake of me not getting confused, I'm going to name these T1s, okay? Because I've seen some other TOFU ads here, and I don't want to be confused in the future. So that's the first thing I'll do. And then I'll also want to say what it's for, and this is for awareness. Okay, so if it's a reach campaign, if it's a traffic campaign, it's also a good idea for you to know what the campaign objective is. And then lastly, I'm going to add the date. It's actually important to add the date, so I'm going to put in my date. So we're in June 3rd, I think in June, what's the date today? June 4th, so 04/21. So name it how you feel comfortable and how you're going to remember. So that's basically going to be the campaign name. So this is going to be for awareness only, right? So I don't have to add anything else to that particular campaign, right? And then the ad sets, I'll be targeting everyone, okay? I'll say probably all over 25 or something like that, because I'll look at I don't want people below 25. I doubt if they can buy property that is worth 80 million, but you never know. But I just want to ensure that I'm not going to get people under 25 years of age in here. And then the ad set, I mean the ad itself will be for that video that we created, that we posted a few minutes ago. So I'm going to call this the video. I should have named it before when I posted it on the site, but I'm going to call it just video 1 so that I remember it. So remember, you can always change these names later, but what I've done here is I've just used a campaign name, which is I've said this is TOFU 1, it's awareness and the dates, right? And continue to the same naming convention to the rest of the assets, because I want to limit this to people over 25. And then again, in the ad itself, it's a kind of what ad am I using? Am I using photos? Am I using videos? Am I using a carousel? So all the different types of ads that Facebook allows you to use, you can add that so that you're able to know which particular ad you're actually using. So we'll get deeper into this when it comes to start doing lead generation and conversions and retargeting. But for the awareness campaign, make it as simple as possible in your naming convention, and try as much as possible to keep your naming conventions the same for all your future projects and all your future campaigns. Okay, so I'll click on continue. And of course, I'll be taken to the first part, which is the campaign name, and then special categories. If you're doing anything to do with social issues, elections, or politics, please make sure that you actually tick that box, right? If you're in politics, chances it becomes more difficult to get your ads running. So make sure that you actually tell Facebook that you're talking about elections, politics, social issues, anything that is controversial. Add that as a special category. But for this, is not anything to do with special anything. We're just doing ads for real estate. The buying time, we want to do auctions, and the campaign objective is brand awareness. So I'm not changing any of that. I don't need to do any more options. A/B testing, we'll do A/B testing later, not now. All right. Okay. Now, campaign budget optimization, or CBO. We want to optimize the budget for all the we want to optimize for all the ads that you'll put in this campaign. Remember, we might have very many different videos to add into this campaign later. Okay, so that means that you're only going to have one video, because you see I've just posted one video on the site. Okay, I may decide to have more different versions, okay, of different videos. So I want to make sure that all my videos are being shown optimally by Facebook. Okay, so I'll put my daily budget to $1. You can always increase this. This is just a test campaign. I don't want to go crazy with this. Later, you can always increase as your campaign grows and becomes bigger. Okay, so that's it for the first section, which is just the campaign section where you're setting up the campaign. And then you need to now go into the ad set section. And in the ad set section is where you're trying to target specific people to target. Okay, now I'm not using e-commerce, so I don't need to do dynamic creatives. I'm going to only use one creative for this. We'll discuss this later again when you're doing lead generation, what it does for you. But this is an awareness campaign. I do not need to do campaign creatives or dynamic campaigns. Okay, I'm just going to, I want a trigger video for people to see this video, and then after they see the video, I'll ask Facebook to have these people do another action or see another video. So since this is just for a trigger video, I'm not interested in dynamic creatives. I'm only interested in the video. Okay, the audience, we shall talk about audiences later. I am not dealing with audiences right now, but if I was to do audiences, I'll go to saved audiences and look for lookalikes. Okay, unfortunately here we don't have any lookalikes, so we'll have to create lookalikes later when you'll do this in the second part of this particular training. Okay, so for now, just leave the audiences as is, because this is the first ad. And then you can, I find it's a good rule of thumb, unless I'm doing things to do with e-commerce, to check the age, right? I am going to let this go free. I'm going to put it at 25 and above. When we start doing campaign optimizations, we can start dividing these ages into different sections. I can say between the age of 18 to 25, 25 to 30, 31 to... So I can do that when I'm creating different versions or different ad sets, because I can create different ad sets, as many ad sets as I want inside one campaign. So if you got that, that can work. So it will help us figure out amongst the age groups which ones actually work. But for this first ad, since the first ad and you really want Facebook to approve it, we're just going to leave it at between the age of 25 to 65. Okay, next, I'm going to go to manual placements. I'm not interested in this ad being shown everywhere. I just want this to be shown in the feeds only. I only want it to be shown in the Facebook and Instagram feeds only. So I am going to untick everything else and just leave Facebook and Instagram feeds on. All the others, I do not want my ads showing up in the other areas of Facebook. Okay, not in Messenger, not in apps, not in anywhere else. I just want it to show up only in the Facebook newsfeed and Instagram feed. Okay, and then it's that easy, right? So nothing else that you want to do with this first ad. And remember, we are still going to come back later, right, and edit, especially the the age, the assets for the ages, right? So that we can figure out which is our best audiences to start working with. But for now, we'll start this ad with just the age between 25 and 65. If you're in e-commerce, 18 to 25. If you're selling very technical things that you know very well that people below the age of 25 cannot have, so you can always play around with the age limits. But for now, we just want to do this for between the age of 25 to 65. Okay. Everything is editable later. You can add more stuff. So this is just the initial run through for your first ad. Okay. So next, after this was a campaign section over here, and then we came to the asset section. Now we are coming to the ad itself. What do I want to use as my ad? So make sure you choose the right page. I hope I can remember what the page was. I normally forget this stuff. So it was Mkazi, and I'm going to choose that. I hope it shows. Oops, not that one. It's this one. So make sure you choose the right Facebook page and the right Instagram account. So if you're one of those people who are marketing for others, ensure that you've got the right Facebook pages and the right Instagram accounts. Okay. If the post features third-party brands, you must tag the brand. So if you're in e-commerce and you've got something like Samsung, make sure that you tag Samsung in your ad. Otherwise, they will reject the ad. Okay. Now, the part that is very important when you're setting up your fast awareness ads is you're not going to create an ad. Okay. We are not going to use single images or carousels or anything else that Facebook is offering. I want us to go back to the post that we posted earlier. Okay. Use the existing post. Remember that we posted this particular post here, and if you click on it, you shall see the post ID right there. Okay. So that's the post that we want to run these ads on. Okay. That's the video that we want. And I'm going to choose use existing post and then select the post. It should show up right there, and I'm going to click on that. Okay. So you can see it's a video, and we want that particular video. We do not want any other status. We just want the videos, right? And you're going to click on that. So now your video is going to show up. So you can see what's going to look like on Facebook. You can see what's going to look like on Instagram. Okay. And that's it. You don't need a call to action. I do not need you to edit placement or anything else. I think all this has been done. You did that before in the ad set. So I don't need a call to action. All I want you to do is just have the video on its own, right? Because what you're trying to do here is create a funnel for the future, okay, for future posts and future lead generation campaigns that you're going to have. Now, you can always add UTM parameters or URL parameters if you want to. I won't for this particular case because I'm not using lead ads. Okay, so that's it. Make sure you've chosen the right pixel. So to do that, I'll go back to the site itself and make sure that you've got the right pixel. Especially if you have a habit of creating very many pixels at the same time, you really have to ensure that you've got the right pixel. You can see here there are like 3 different pixels here. So I need to make sure that I've got the right pixel that I'm going to use here. Remember the pixel, Facebook pixel helper. So ensure that you've got the right pixel in here. So it's 583348. So let me make sure that is the right one. So yeah, so that's the right pixel. Okay, and we're done. So that's it. There's nothing else that you need to do. When we come back again and create another ad, we might add a call to action, okay, or other things. If I've added a new post with a video that I want to use for the awareness campaign, I can change the post, but they'll all be under the awareness campaign. So it's that simple. And then all you need to do now is just tell Facebook that you want to publish it. So is that simple to set up your first awareness campaign? How important it is to your business? I can assure you that doing this will help you really reduce the cost of your advertising. The difference will be huge when it comes to advertising. So once this is accepted, we can now go back again and start playing around with this particular video until we get and with this particular campaign where you can add new ad sets. So if I can switch that off, so I can choose this campaign here, for example. So you see, I'm very aware what this campaign is all about. So this is a TOFU 1 campaign, and then I've got the ad sets for this campaign are going to be here. So I can come in here and start changing the different ad sets. I can come and add below 40, between the ages of 25 to 35, between the ages of 40 to etc. Okay, and then I can take each particular if it's this particular one, for example, I can say that I want to add more ads, right, in the ads section. So I can come here and create more ads for it. Okay, so that's just a basic understanding of how this campaign is going to work. And as we move on, you'll see how important it is to name your campaigns properly, because you can end up being very, very confused as your campaigns are running. Later in the next video, after it has been approved, I'll set up your reporting, because as you can see, if I turn off everything else here, I've not selected anything. Now, if I choose this performance, okay, where we want to know how well a campaign is doing, they're basically what you have here for Facebook, right? These are like the what do you call them? The defaults. Okay, we'll create our own whereby we're able to know the KPIs for every campaign that you're running, and I'll show you how to customize your columns so that you're actually getting the right KPIs for every campaign that you're running. So for the TOFU ones, I'll need to see more to do with recall rates and video views, etc. In the next video again, we'll also talk about creating audiences for that video, which is absolutely important. Okay, we want to really target the people that you need. So we'll need to also create audiences for that video. We need to create a reporting or KPIs for this particular awareness campaigns, etc. Right? We'll also discuss lookalikes. After the video has been accepted, we'll also we'll also create lookalikes for that. For the campaigns. And now, instead of just saying TOFU awareness, we'll now be using lookalikes as a different campaign to run with our project. So for now, let's take it that easily, and then later we'll discuss how you're going to, after it has been reviewed and accepted, we'll discuss how you're going to get your KPIs for that particular type of ads, as in awareness ads, and second, how you're going to create the audiences for your videos. All right, so see you later and have a good day.